Hey guys, this is Korey Rowlson here with 5 Star Real Estate in Jackson, Michigan, and I'm going to take you through how you complete our seller's disclosures online using Dotloop and doing it through your email. So I hope you like it. Let's get into the video.
All right, so here we are. We have gotten into my email, and you can see that right here it says seller's disclosures. This is a PDF that you can view once you open. It says who it's sent from and what the document name is. Once you click on that, you can see that it's coming from Dotloop. And then it says who sent it. And here you will see the name of the loop, so it will usually say the property address. And then down here, you'll see any message that comes from the person who sent this to you. To just view the PDF or print it, if you want to have the hard copy, you can just click on it. And then on my computer, just go here to hit print, maybe right click, whatever it is that you need to do to hit print. And that's where you would find the PDF that is sent from your agent. Now, if you come back up here to the top, we're going to just click on View Document. This is going to take us into Dotloop, and it's going to say you can read over everything here, but we're going to take and click on Start Signing, and it takes us to the first section. I will read over all this information at the top here. This is very important to read, but I'll wait until the end to do that. That way I can help anybody who already has read over it and try to make this a little bit more prompt. So here in this section, you see that it says range/oven, yes, no, unknown, or not available. So if it is not physically available at the property, you click not available. And now you see that it's already checked and you can move on. Now, if it's there but you don't know if it works, you will click unknown. If it's there but it does not work, you will click no. If it's there and it does work, you will click yes. And you can change in between anything that you want to select appropriately. They're going to answer the questions the same way for dishwasher, refrigerator, and every other item that is listed here. So this could be, again, it's physically here and working. It's here but is not working. Here but you don't know if it works. And this is, it's not physically there. It's not available with this property as an option. So you're going to go through and select each one. I'm just going to kind of show you how that works. It automatically bumps you ahead, and you'll continue going through. And after you've completed that whole section there, if there's anything you need to add or explain, you can type it here. And now we move down further to the property conditions, improvements, and additional information. So question 1, basement crawl space. Has there ever been evidence of water? Yes or no. If there has been, you will select yes. You're going to be very honest and straightforward with this information, anything you know about the home. If yes, and you know what the incident was from, and if it's been remediated, you'd put that info in. So you could say, for example, Ayers basement system installed, or something like that, if you guys put in some sort of water mitigation system to help keep the basement dry. Over here, you can see insulation, describe if known. And so you can put in whatever you know about the insulation if you know anything. And then urea formaldehyde foam insulation is installed, yes or no. So you got yes, no, or unknown. A lot of people will just mark unknown if they really do not know. Roof, does it leak? Yes or no. Pretty straightforward. Approximate age if known. So you're going to obviously just type the age of the roof. Well, they're asking about the well here. Has the water been tested? Yes or no. If yes, what is the date of the last report and results? And once you've completed page 1, if everything looks right and you are accurate there, you'll click that box for sellers, not for buyers, because you are not the buyer, you're just the seller. As you continue to scroll down, you'll see the next question. Septic tank, drain fields, condition if known. So for example, say you put in a new drain field on a property, you could say new 2020 or 2024, whatever the time frame was if you put in a new septic tank drain field. And you'll want to put specifically what is new. So since it's asking septic tank and drain fields, if you only updated the drain fields, make sure you specify that. From there, you've got the heating system. They want to know the type and the approximate age. So if it's a boiler, write boiler. If it's a forced air furnace, you write forced air furnace. and then you're going to write the approximate age of that item. From there, you come down to the plumbing system. It may be copper, galvanized, or other. Other could be things like PEX, PVC, CPVC, something like that. You can select multiple if you have all of the above. And then if you have any known problems, write it right in there. Electrical system, any known problems. So maybe you have a light fixture that just won't work or a whole circuit that seems to be faulty. You will need to disclose that. History of infestation, so termites, carpenter ants, etc. You'll put that right in here. Environmental problems. So this is going to be talking about things like asbestos, radon, formaldehyde, lead-based paint, anything that you know about the property. You're going to put unknown, yes or no. If you do know, put yes. If you don't know, put no. And if it's just an unknown area, you can just select that. As we continue down, you've got flood insurance. Do you have it? Straightforward. Mineral rights. Do you own the mineral rights? A lot of people don't know. That's okay. Other items. Are you aware of any of the following? In this area, you're going to read all these questions through. One of the things that people see a lot of or ask is in the vicinity or proximity to a landfill, airport, shooting range, etc. You'll need to mark yes, no, or unknown to all these, obviously. And then you're going to put down here, if there's an airport or a farm, you can type it, right down here, where or how far it is from the property. There's other things on here that you really want to make sure you're paying attention to as well. Any outstanding municipal assessments or fees. That's one I get a lot of confusion around with my clients. And so what that is if there is any type of tax stuff going on or assessment because maybe you're having a new road put in or something like that in front of your home. So you're going to want to put that in. Over here under the seller has lived in a residence or property from blank to blank, if you have lived in it, even if you don't now, but you used to, put the dates in. And if you want, for example, you can start by saying, you know what, I know I moved in December of 2000, and then it takes you right to that month and you can select a date. And then it'll take and put in the date automatically after that. For you've owned the property, so maybe it's a rental property and you put never at the top, and you can put down here that you've owned it, and then if you need to or want to up above, you can put that this is a rental property right in this other category above there just to help explain. And then down here at the bottom, you'll be able to click to sign and put your signature in place. And that would look like this. So it pulls you up, wants to confirm your name, spelling is correct, and your initials look right. And you can click adopt and sign, or over here you can do draw signature instead. So now when you click it, it will put the actual signature there for you and the date and time that you clicked. Then over here you can put in the date. I do recommend putting in the date just because it's easier to read on a cell phone or any other type of area where somebody might be pulling it up with a nice white backdrop as opposed to the green. And then the other thing I want to make sure that people are noting is right here, this is a nice one to pay attention to. Buyers should not assume the buyer's future tax bills on the property will be the same as the seller's present tax bills under Michigan law. Real estate property tax obligation can change significantly when property is transferred. As a seller, that doesn't apply to you as much of a concern, but as a buyer, you should definitely be aware of that. Now I'm going to go back to the top again. You want to read all this, but I'm going to take and show you here. You can click I'm done, and it'll take you to any signature spots that are needed. So if I hit it, I hit skip, it'll take me past it and send it on to the other party. I'm just going to close this and close this. And I'm going to go back up and read at the top. So again, read over all of this and at the bottom to make sure you've got a crystal clear understanding of what is going on with the seller's disclosures. So, purpose of the statement. This statement is a disclosure of the condition of the property in compliance with the Seller's Disclosure Act. The statement is a disclosure of the condition and information concerning the property known by the seller. Unless otherwise advertised, the seller does not possess any expertise in construction, architecture, engineering, or any other specific area related to construction or condition of the improvements on the property or the land. Also, unless otherwise advised, the seller has not conducted any inspection of generally inaccessible areas such as foundation or roof. This statement is not a warranty of any kind by the seller or by any agent representing the seller in this transaction, and is not a substitution for any inspections or warranties the buyer may wish to obtain. So make sure that you understand those items. And then as we come down here, next up, seller's disclosure. The seller discloses the following information with the knowledge that even though this is not a warranty, the seller specifically makes the following representations based on the seller's knowledge at the time of signing this document. Upon receiving this statement from the seller's agent is required to provide a copy to the buyer or the agent of the buyer. The seller authorizes its agent or agents to provide a copy of the statement to any prospective buyer in connection with any act or actual or anticipated sale of property. The following representations made solely by the seller are not representations of the seller's agent, if any. This information is a disclosure only and is not intended to be part of any contract between the buyer and seller. Instructions to the seller. So for anybody filling these out, answer all questions, report known condition affecting the property, attach additional pages with your signature if additional space is required. Complete this form yourself. If some items do not apply to your property, check not available. If you do not know the facts, check unknown. Failure to provide a purchaser with a signed disclosure statement will enable the purchaser to terminate an otherwise binding purchase agreement. Lastly, down here, appliances, systems, and services. The items below are in working order. The items listed below are included in the sale of the property only if the purchase agreement so provides. So you need to make sure your purchase agreement specifically calls out any item that is attached in this sale. So I hope this was useful information for you. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you very much for your time.